I didn't make a quick call. Hello, yes. Is this WANKHEDE Stadium Management? Yeah, I'm calling about a noise complaint you guys made against us. Apparently, you have some rules around after 10 p.m. no loud music. Well, how about this? And guess what? That is not the first time. Let me take you back to early March. India versus England, World Cup semi-final. Jacob Bethel comes out to bat. What are you expecting from a WANKHEDE crowd supporting our team? Jeetega bhai jeetega, India jeetega. Boom boom boomrah. No. You know what the crowd is chanting? RCB! Well, guess what? One more time. It was RCB at the freaking WANKHEDE. Let's go, guys. I can't wait to talk to the boys. This is the Red and Bold show, and can't wait to get into it. Alright guys, I have with me Aditya Rai, who was at the game yesterday, and Ayush Khanna, who, whether he's at the game, he's always the man for the show. So guys, really quick, actually, not really quick, just give me 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever you feel. Let's start with Ayush, and then let's go to on the ground Rai. So Ayush, question for you, how do you feel right now? That was a great result, is how RCB fans feel, but make it even better for us.
So I feel amazing, and I think the previous game was just like a small blip, and we've been on the right track this season, and we showed that again yesterday. So we were put into bat first, and we didn't let that affect our confidence. And the way the boys played, the way they just came into bat one after the other and kept going, I think, yeah, we still look like the defending champions.
Ayush, question for you on this. On the broadcast which I was watching, they called it like, oh, this is more like the attacking champions. Like, this is what we're used to. So just a word on that in terms of like, yeah, this is what we're used to. Like, RCB fans, dude, we're not used to losing. So tell us why we should never be used to losing. Ayush, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think the previous game against Rajasthan put some fear in our minds and started reminding us of like the old RCB where we would like just lose back-to-back wickets and crumble, especially while batting first. And I think that's why yesterday the game against Mumbai was even more important because we were put into bat first, right? And I think, yeah, like we needed that, I think. Put the score on the board and still defend that. And I think it was a pretty easy win too. Like I know, I don't know if you were watching the same game, but you guys were like still questioning if we are, like gonna lose from here or what.
Guys, not you guys. Not only one person.
But yeah, I thought it was like there was no real excitement during the game because it felt like it was done after the first innings.
So guys, just a real this is an intro into our lives. Ayush is the eternal optimist. Okay, he's the kind of guy who puts 120 on the board in the first innings and then explains to us why that's good enough, and that is Virat played the right innings and everything worked out. But no, I'm the exact opposite. I'm the kind of guy who's like, you give me 280 on the board and I'm like, yeah, the game's still open, right? So I think right here today you're gonna see a lot of different emotions. Ayush absolutely being off the lot that, like, the game was done in the first innings. I didn't feel that way. Aditya Rai, you were at WANKHEDE. Dude, you have so much to say. Let me try to help you condense your feelings into different questions. So let me start with this. How do you feel?
I don't know if it's because Ayush is on this call now, right? And on this recording that I'm doing it this way, or the fact that we're doing this the next morning. But went in with a lot of energy, super excited yesterday, felt super energetic the whole time, till Mumbai started batting the way they did and the game was over. and then it was basically as boring as it can get. And just for all our viewers who are ever wanting to go to the Wankhede Stadium, and for all those individuals who have compared the Wankhede to the Chinnaswamy, Ayush, 10 p.m. they stopped music and audio in the stadium because of regulation. So there was no audio, there was no mic, there was no music, there was nothing. And to top it on, because Mumbai were doing so badly, so there was no fun except for us being so bored. At one point, we just started shouting ABD, and that was the only thing you could hear in the stadium.
But okay, let me go into this, guys. I have a question for you, Rai. You got to go to the game with your young cousin, right? Ayan, and guys, we're gonna show you videos. Editor, put this on screen at the right point. But you and Ayan got to watch these videos and got to live these videos we are watching. Just a word on how special the occasion itself of, Rocco, Classic, Titans, El Clasico, whatever you want to call it. It didn't feel like it. It felt easy.
It basically, before the match, felt like a El Clasico. And halfway through the game, it felt like a boring one-sided game, right? So that's like, if I were to put it in words, I would say imagine like one of those seasons where Madrid was playing Barcelona and Barcelona was absolute shit. That's exactly how this felt. Like even Chennai, right? I went for that game as well. Super blessed to have the opportunity of going for these.
Wait,
games.
I'm gonna cut you off really quick before I lose a user, viewer. But basically, he has 100% record. Every time Rai's been in the stadium, we have won the game, guys. So you know what?
Ayush,
In the last episode, Shubi's, when I asked him in the bold, the good, bad, and bold predictions, I asked him, hey, what's the good you expect? He was like, I expect Rai to get to watch the game. And I was like, I even told him after the show, like, bro, that was like a really bad, good to say. But anyway, Rai, you were at the game, you got another win. Every time you've watched our champions bat, our champions bowl, you got a win. Can I get a special word on the chant RCB in the Wankhede? That's what I want to hear from you.
I just felt the chant had so much more energy in the second innings as well, because when the speakers and all these guys on the mic play the RCB song, obviously we all get pumped. Or in the Chinnaswamy, you have the guy on the mic obviously saying RCB, and then you obviously go after him. But here there was none of that, so it was just us fans starting the chant and then taking it to another level, right? So just the energy of it being purely fan-led, no other sound in the stadium, and doing it away, it's like one of those atmosphere like pin drop silence, and it's just RCB, RCB. And obviously the camera kept panning to either the Mumbai Indians dugout or mostly to Nita Ambani, right? So that was hilarious.
This is a question for initially you, Rai, because in the stadium when Rohit Sharma walks out, right, there was a vibe, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you what I feel. I feel that RCB is an emotion. Like, we are beyond any other team. So I'm not comparing RCB with Mumbai. I'm not comparing RCB or Virat with Rohit, because he would lose. In fact, like, guys, like, there was a IPL T20 broadcast that said, like, oh, which of the Rohit or which of the Rocco still has their mojo or something like that. And it was 65% Virat. And by the way, I thought it was obviously 99-1. Is the answer. But either way, like, so basically question for you, Rai, I saw Rohit get out, and man, I felt bad myself, little bit, because I was like, wait, I needed him to get out. So just talk to me about the feeling, the emotions, because there is no RCB, there's no MI, but you know what they have? They have Rohit Sharma. They have like Bombay Ka Raja, Rohit Sharma. And I heard that on my screen. So I wanted to ask you in the game, talk to me about the highs of, hearing something like a Rohit Sharma. And like when he kind of walks off the pitch, like what did you feel?
For answering your first question, I think we have to give Rohit his props in terms of the kind of player he is and what he's achieved for them, right? Like winning all those titles as captain and the kind of batting that he does. In fact, if there was any time the whole stadium from their side was energetic, was only when he was batting. Only
That's
when he
it.
was back.
That's all,
That's
right?
it.
That's it.
And then
Yeah.
unfortunately, like from a viewer, obviously I was worried as an RCB fan if he continued going, which he was on 19 or something, and then Cricket was hitting. It felt like, okay, this might be a fight, like a closer fight, like maybe a 200 game or whatever. And then when he got retired hurt, it was just weird because, like I said, there's no audio in the stadium, so it's like no one knows what's happening. And then there was a physio, and this game had like 800 physios, right? It had like 800 wides. It had like 800 DRS referrals for wides. So basically,
Oh my
every
God.
over was like at least
Oh
15
my
minutes
God.
each.
Yeah.
It was 15 minutes.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
That was not worth our time. All right, Ayush, 6 things we learned is my favorite segment. I think this is a great way for us as fans to think about a game. And love you, man. You're always the person who tells me how to think. So go ahead, give us the first thing we learned from today's game.
I have to start with Phil Salt because of the way he opened the batting. And going to give 50% of the credit to the management team as well, because it would have been a very, very easy decision to drop him, and no one would have questioned it, honestly. And given the way Bethel played the WANKHEDE in the semifinal that we keep talking about, he would have been like, a easy sub-in option. And we even discussed this in the last episode. And also want to give a shout out to a subscriber who mentioned in the comments in the last video that Phil Salt is going to shut some mouths. So, editor, can you please
Yep.
put that up on screen? And
Let's
yeah,
go, Sahitya. Let's go,
that's a
man.
great shout out. He would definitely shut up all the four panelists from last time. And yeah, like I'm just glad that he played. The management made that decision to play him, and he proved a point. And now we obviously know that he's going to be in the squad. So, and just one more shout out to Phil Salt hitting 3 sixes to like against Santner. And like I mentioned, we were all like rooting for the 6 sixes, but obviously we'll still take that.
No, we'll 100. Dude, we would 100% take 3 sixes in a difficult over. You know, to be honest, like when Mitch Santner bowls their first over, it's like when we sent Krunal on, right? So they kind of put like a defensive break on, and we were like, oh, sorry, I don't respect that.
And
Phil
also,
Salt, go
let's
ahead.
let's not forget the fact that VK wasn't at his best. So if anything, the pressure was on Phil Salt to, up the ante, and he did that.
100%. 100%. I think VK's innings, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, guys. I don't want to just give you all the 6 things we learned right now. But the first thing we learned for sure is do not ever, ever, ever make me an RCB 11 without Phil Salt. That's not possible, guys. Phil Salt plays, Phil Salt stays, Phil Salt eats. Hey, guys, I would love to allow my panelists to choose the 6, but I have to give a shout out. You know what shout out I have to give? Rasik Dar Vijay Salam. Dude, to play through cramps. Anyone who's played any level of any sport, right? That's not easy. That's not easy at all to play through cramps. In fact, I watched your third over when you'd already bowled 2 fantastic overs, and we're gonna go into it. But I watched your third over, and every time, every ball, you were asking for the physio for help, and I was thinking, isko chhod do, we don't need him. Right? Let him be, bro. Chill. Let Romario bowl. Romario ended up doing what he did, but that's like, this is about Rasik Dar Salam. So I just wanted to say, dude, like, the word Ma Tujhe Salam from that song and that audio comes to mind when I hear you and your performance today, because you were incredible, man. There's one thing to play for the badge. There's one thing to play for your future auction value and all of that. That's not what we felt. Every person at RCB felt you played for RCB. And dude, if you keep doing that, go ahead. Nothing matters. I don't care the result of your balls. Keep playing for RCB. Anyway, so that's why Rasik Dar deserves my and I think all of our appreciation. So he's our second box. Rai, go ahead with the third.
I think undisputed champion of the WANKHEDE has to be Krunal Pandya, man. He loves, both the Pandya brothers love to put on a show.
And they truly believe that Mumbai and Wankhede is where you put up a show. And he's come all locked in with his braids. And I was like, bro, if you're looking this cool, you better play well, right? Which is exactly what he did. I think last game we said the same thing. He is like, there's just something about impact when we talk about impact player, sub, whatever as a terminology or what it does in the game. If you talk about a guy who is sure shot impactful with the result, has to be this man. Whether it's his body language, fielding, his 6 different variations of bowling in 1 over, bouncing to his own brother. That bouncer in the stadium was like, wow. So he was, and he's the reason I love him, and I think we all love him now, is that there's one thing to do really well by getting dot balls or just having a good economy. It's about having that body language where you're telling the opposition, I'm going to try something every ball. Let's see if, it's like a battle, right? And we are up for it at any given point of the game, whether it was bowling in the start, which is in the power play, right? We were getting smashed. And we're like, okay, he's coming on to bowl now, like left armour to Rickleton, you'd be like, no brainer, right? And then he bowled an amazing over to start it off. Then he just kept building on that, and his performance, body language, celebration when Hardik Pandya got out, everything was on point. So we definitely, huge shout out to him. And I think he's going to be our mainstay in our 6 things we learned for the rest of the season.
Amazing, man. I think Krunal definitely deserves his shout in our 6 things we learned. So 100% right. Great shout. I'm actually going to throw in my own because I don't trust you guys to pick the right next one. But I'm going to go with Rajat Patidar, man. Dude, guys, I genuinely, I wish I had like proof to show you that I looked up what I looked up. But basically, I genuinely looked up what is the fastest 50 in the IPL. Right? This guy was probably 44 runs off, I don't remember how many balls, but basically
38 of 10. And then in the stadium, everyone was saying the same thing. And then we were like, if he hits 2 sixes, then he would basically be the fastest 50 in the IPL.
Exactly. Dude, 38 of 10 was way more than enough because he would have been a 50-ball 50. A 12-ball 50, which would have been enough. And I think Yuvraj Singh hit that when he hits Stuart Broad for 6 sixes, right?
But that's not in the IPL. 50. In the IPL, it's not 13 IPL. Balls.
Right. So
13 balls is the fastest in the IPL. Yeah.
All I was saying is how good, and this is why he deserves a box of his own, is Rajat Patidar, is we're not even talking about the game today. We're not even thinking about the game. We are looking up on our phones like, hey, bro, what's the fastest 50? Who did it? What was Yuvraj Singh's against Stuart Broad? What was Suryavanshi? What was this? Like, dude, we could have hit them all. Yeah, Trent Bolt kind of ruined the plans by bowling a couple good balls, right, at the right moment. But that's fine, man. That doesn't take away. You think Rajat cares about the fastest 50? No. I'll be so honest with you that there's only one thing he cares about. And it's the win, and we got the win. So I'll tell you one thing for a fact. Rajat Patidar definitely deserves the green box for us today. And Rajat Patidar deserves all of us to know that, like, he doesn't give 2 shits whether he scores a 50. He doesn't care about the orange cap. He doesn't care about no cap. No cap, bruv. Like, you Gen Zs, you might like this. No cap, man. He's here for the win. That's it. Simple as that. All right, Ayush, that was mine. I'm sorry. I stole in a quick 6 things we learned. You can go into the next one.
All good. I agree. And I think Rajat Patidar is living up to the Dhurandhar hairstyle as well, the way he's playing. But let me move on to the last one, and someone we definitely can't miss. It's going to be Suyash Sharma.
Yeah.
And it's simple because, I mean, if 240 ever wasn't enough, like the way maybe Rohit and Rickleton came out to bat, and Rohit anyway got retired out, but Rickleton was looking like he was in good touch, and he was, well, taking Buffy to the cleaners as well. And I think, yeah, that wicket really killed the game because Rickleton was, really smashing it all around the park. And so, yes, I think he bowled a googly and got him out on that. And so, yeah, like his variations are amazing. In a high scoring game, he normally gets hit for runs, but I think he is like, and he didn't get a chance to play last game because we used the impact sub to bring on a batsman. So I think he had an additional point to prove, or maybe he was like hungry to, do something. And I think he did that. Like he picked up 2 big wickets right at the top.
No, 100%. I think the first thing he proved to us on the show and everybody watching is like, dude, this man is not an impact sub. This man is
Yeah.
in the playing 11. Put someone else in the impact sub. He is not a question. I cannot live without 4 overs of Suyash. And Krunal, by the way. I love them both. Fantastic picks, guys, for your 6 things we learned. Rai, I want to turn it to you for the last one.
Yeah, I think he's just been one of those players that we questioned, or rather, even I questioned initially, right before the start of the IPL. That does he make way for Bethel? And oh man, I don't think he has proved me or any of us who did not believe in him to do the job, which is our man Tim David. Holy shit! Talk about aura this year. That guy has some aura, man. 6'5", he comes out and the bowlers are already shitting. And the reason I think it's a huge shout out to him for yesterday's game specifically is that we learned that to get that score between, like, say, a 215 versus a 240 and a 250 in the last game, you need a Tim David, right? Because we were like, oh, Bumrah, by the way, no wickets till now in the IPL, game 5 for them. And the fact that he hit him for a 6, hit him for a boundary. Last ball, we were on 2, 3, 4, amazing over by Trent Bolt. It's like that momentum going into the second innings. He literally, it's a
100%.
psychological thing, right? Let's hit 240. And he hit that, and that took them into like, okay, let's go. You've ended the last ball of the game on your innings with a 6. We come back with a bang with the ball and try and get this done. So I think what he's done in terms of impact, like Krunal, I would say the two of them have been incredible this season for us in the 3 games that we won. Really looking forward to what else he's going to do, man. His highest score is 70, guys, which is what he got in the last game, and I hope he beats that this year.
Yeah. Hot take, guys. I hope he doesn't, because I hope he never has to bat, man. I'm okay with just DDP Rajat and Virat and Salt after seeing what he did today. We are
I'm okay with
Go ahead, Ayush.
DDP not getting a chance to bat at all.
Yeah, actually, we'll get into it in our accountability segment. So stick around, guys. We made some bold predictions. We're gonna see how they actually turned out. But guys, just wanted to say that these are the 6 things we learned. We always force ourselves to try our best to come up with 6 things we learned. As you can imagine, there are so many people who deserve a mention. Bhuvi, the way he bowled. Like, how is he not in the 6 things we learned? It was the hardest call for us to take as a panel to not include him. So I just want to include the honorable mentions. And I also want you guys to understand what we're doing here. We are trying to, in our best ability, define the 6 players that changed the game. And I think all 6 of them in this case were defined on channel. Editor, one last time, show them the 6 things we learned. And let's move on from this segment to guys, I wanted to ask you, this is my favorite freaking question, like seriously my favorite question when it comes to a game we won, right? Once you've already won, there's always a moment that you're playing for fun, you're playing for NRR. So question for both of you, I'll start with Ayush first because you weren't at the stadium, and Rai, you probably have a very different opinion on the same question. But when did RCB win the game? When was the game in the bag? When were we playing for NRR? When was Shofi and Rutherford just wasting our freaking time, man? Ayush, go ahead.
So I always thought 240 on the board was enough batting first. And but I mean, like, let me give credit to their opening batsmen. So I'd say that, I mean, Rohit anyway walked out, and I think when Suyash got Rickleton, I think that was it for me.
Okay, Suyash got Rickleton. Rai, my answer before yours, and actually I'm using yours as kind of the be all end all. Like, whatever you say is the right answer. Ayush, I disagree with you. I think for me, when Hardik got out on Duffy, there was still Rutherford left. So at that point, I was still like, I don't know if it's done, but I messaged my family group that like, hey, like now I'm hoping for NRR. Right. So I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, that was the moment when Hardik got out that I was like, okay, now we're playing for NRR. Right. In the stadium, you tell me when the Mumbai fans started leaving, because I know you messaged us saying Mumbai fans are leaving now.
I think one thing I realized being in the stadium was that, and I've mentioned this earlier as well, but you guys do not agree, which is Surya Kumar Yadav is actually their second favorite batsman after Rohit, like to the locals. And for them, they think that he can pull off anything out of the bag with respect to his 360 game. So when he got out and his body language, like the reaction he had, and like I said, there was no audio, right? So you could see that there was a sudden fall in the atmosphere drastically that like Tilak was gone, Surya Shakti, they were anyway gone.
Dude,
Rohit
huge
injured
wicket.
as well.
I agree. I
But
agree.
the
All of
moment
Los
Surya went,
Angeles heard this. And
the
I live in
moment
San Francisco.
yeah, the moment Surya went for me was when I was like, yeah, they're not doing it. Only because they still needed in excess of 120, right? And I just don't see Hardik or Shafin Rutherford being able to smash that in terms of 60-60 or playing a blinder off a knock, which can happen in cricket. But honestly, the stadium vibes are definitely Surya's wicket was the biggest one.
Did bold predictions before this game. Quite fantastically failed in all of them. But guys, editor, put up on screen what all our panelists said before this last game. Let me start with
Please,
the obvious one.
please also include mine. I put mine in the comments, even though I
Yes,
was
yes.
not on the panel.
Ayush, don't worry. Yours from the comments are included. Editor, please make sure that Ayush's is also there. Okay, because yours is also a fail. But okay, TK, according
Closer
to
than
me.
now the others.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, like, guys, there was a couple obvious ones. Firstly, I'll put my own hands up. I'm gonna start myself first. I said Hazelwood, 3-3-3. Right, 3 wickets, 33 runs. The bloke didn't play. Like, that's really hard to fathom why he didn't play. But I think we all understand that Hazelwood's on a journey. I think we all understand that Cricket Australia has a lot of say in when he plays, how he plays, and it's okay, man. It's fine. Like, I'm happy to lose the bold prediction. Next one, which is also an epic fail. Let's go to you, Rai. Jitesh Sharma, 35 plus, bro.
I think
35 plus, 30 plus,
the
35 plus strike rate is all I can ask for at this point from him.
No, but I think more than my bold prediction not being right, I think that could be a concern in a few games if that does not improve. Which is if he
Yeah.
does come to bat, and he did have an opportunity of actually hitting a 30-35 this game, like when he came out to bat, right? So if he's coming in front of Romario and he's not able to convert, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 games, whatever, we need him to fire, right? And we need him to like be in good nick. So I think that would be a concern. So my bold prediction is definitely out of the window, but I think it might be a concern for our team. So yeah.
No, that's okay, right? And I think I speak for you and all of us on this panel, where like obviously it's nice for our bold predictions to be right, but nothing comes close to winning, right? Like I would much rather get my bold prediction out the freaking window. Hazelwood didn't even freaking play, but we win. Okay, Ayush, you actually let me before I go to Ayush, we had a few more panelists that gave us a few. So let's go through those really quick. I have them up on screen right now. Aryaman went for Rajat Patidar 770 plus. Now, guys, this is the only one. I don't know if we should take it away from him. Right? I think the way Rajat played, I know he didn't hit 70 plus, but dude, like, come on. Like, we were Googling fastest 50 and stuff. So for me, I want to give Aryaman this, but guys, up to you in the comments. Rai, if you and Ayush have a big problem, like we won't even go to the comments. But otherwise, guys, in the comments, let us know. Aryaman saying 70 plus for Rajat. Is that a decent bold prediction? Because that's the only chance I have for a true bold prediction. Because the next one, Shubhi said, Bethel comes in and scores a 50. Shubhi, learning for you, man. Bethel's not coming in. Salt's playing. Game in, game freaking out. And with great reason. So sorry, Shubhi, that didn't work out for you. On the screen, we all freaking failed miserably. We failed miserably. But I want to call out one of our fans that put up a comment and ended up put it on screen. Not just the bold prediction, put the other comment on screen. I love the other comment. He said he basically talked about how I watched this video and I could tell that you guys are clearly RCB fans, overestimating yourself, bro. We're underestimating. Like, we could all be betting, Salt hundreds, Bethel hundreds, Tim David hundreds every single game. So don't say that. Don't say that. We are definitely RCB fans, but no, appreciate your love, man. And here is the comment he gave us. Pretty close. I don't know what he meant by the whole Virat vintage innings for the last time. Like, dude, come on, like we're 3 years away from there. But dude, you said Phil Salt's gonna shut a few mouths up, and boy, did he do that. Fantastic. Gotta love Phil Salt. All right, guys, that was our accountability segment. Thank you so much for jumping in. Before we end this recording, there is one person here who has a very special record, something I personally have never had in my life, which is 100% win. Aditya Rai, let's go. Every time this man goes to the game, we get a win. And the one time he wasn't at the game, well, you know what happened. So anyway, Rai, I want to ask you, how many games are you going to go for? Can you say about our giveaways and something to say about that?
No, I think it's definitely an amazing thing to have, but going to Raipur is going to be hard. Maybe if there were Bangalore home games, all of them, then I could have considered that for sure. But super
If
grateful
only
for the
your
chance.
name wasn't Aditya Rai.
I love how you
Sorry,
wanted to put that in.
I
It's
thought of that
terrible
way
joke.
in advance, guys.
Terrible. Terrible.
I had to put that in there.
But yeah, no, the giveaways have been a huge success. We're going to show you the giveaways from this game and some of the videos from there so that editor can put it up right here. They had a great time in the stadium. And hopefully you guys keep an eye out. We are doing a lot more giveaways for the coming games. So do tune in. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and to Instagram for all the updates. And we've had great turnout for the giveaway contest. And we've got such love. And I'm so happy that we're able to make other people who probably could not get the tickets for the game to go and have that experience of watching Virat, watching the Idol, watching RCB do their thing. So happy. And yeah, can't wait to have more giveaways in the future. So keep everything aside, guys, when there's an RCB game coming up, because definitely there'll be a giveaway.
Dude, 100%. Really quick, editor, throw this on the screen, man. I had a DM from one of our guys who tried to enter the contest, and he was telling me how much he loved Virat. Because I asked him, like, oh, are you an MI or RCB fan? And he was like, oh, no, I'm such an RCB fan. Look at the picture on my wall. Take a look. Take a look at that picture. That's the guy who entered the game. That's the guy who entered the contest, told me what he told me, as you see, and he went to the game. This is what we're building, guys. We are building a community of people who love Virat as much as each other. Simple as that. Okay, so if you love Virat, smash the freaking like. As I said, we're going for 100 likes on this video. So come on, make it happen. Last episode, I asked you guys for 600 subs. And before I even posted the video, I got to 610. So this time, guys, I'm not going to be dumb. I'm not going to ask you for 750. I'm going to ask you for 1,000. We are a 3-week-old channel and we're almost touching 1,000. So guys, come on. Show your love. If you're still watching this video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Like, come on, man. We need your help. So please help us with that. And go share this with someone else. Hit the like, share, subscribe. All those sorts of actions go a long way in our YouTube algorithm to finding someone new like yourself. And guys, one more thing. Don't miss this. Don't miss this. But LSG, come to the Chinnaswamy on Wednesday. And we have tickets. And we want to give them to you. So please follow us on Instagram. Link in description right now. Link in the bio as well. Basically, all we need is you guys to follow our drop. Simple as that. All right, let's go. And guys, 6 things we learned. Great learnings, great game, fantastic, truly fantastic performance from overall our batting, our bowling, everything looked good. If anything was missed, if anything we didn't cover, drop it in the comments. We read every single one. And then we even post the best ones the next video. So definitely you guys should be dropping your comments in. And yeah. Play bold. Another day, another win. Defending champions, doing defending champion things. See you in the next one. Play bold.